We're learning Hilchos Tshuva Perek Gimel Halacha Aleph Perek Gimel. Kol echad ve'echad b'nei Odom yesh lo zchuyos v'avonos. Every individual always has both merits and sins, and we'll go into the Peirush. The Kiyas Sefer explains that the two first prokim and not any others of Hilchos Tshuva. And he explains why he didn't explain the others, because everything else that's written in the other 8 prokim discuss Divrei Torah and precepts of religion, and they're all inclusive in the idea of tshuva. You have Hashem, the love of Hashem, his fear, but he didn't write them because you can't add to them, you can't take away from them, and they are thoughts that bring a person to straighten his ways. They're correct for those who comprehend them, and they will steer them in the right way for those who find knowledge. Thus, we can conclude from the Kiyas Sefer that we finish with Tshuva Vidui as a mitzvah. The rest, we're talking about how we comprehend mitzvahs, averos, and how Kodesh Baruch Hu judges man. So here in this period, we're talking about the merits of man, how we reckon them, and the merits of a Medina. So the Rambam begins, Kol echad ve'echad b'nei Odom yesh lo zechuyos. Every individual of Klal Yisrael has merits, meaning mitzvahs, good deeds, avonos, and sins, as it says in Kehelas. There's no one who finds himself in this world who does good and does not sin. In Kedushin, we find it Tosefta from Peah, Schus, mitzvahs have both the principle, and they have also the peiros, the fruits, the interest. We would call it, as it says, Imru tzadik yitov. Say about a tzadik that it's good, meaning yitov, that it brings good as well. Aveira has as well a principle, but it doesn't have peiros. Here the Rambam mentions this place of Aveira avonos, sins. And so we find Yerushalmi Peah, Ruboy Zuchuyos Umiyotoi Averos, that the words used are merits and sins. If one miyut Averos, a person has many merits and very few sins, so he's punished for his sins in order that he should get rid of them in this world. Vice versa, if he has many Averos and very few merits, mitzvahs, noitel schar mitzvahs, then they give him in this world the merit of his mitzvahs. There are those who explain that the Rambam mentions merits are not mitzvahs, because even those things which are not mitzvahs add to his merits. Has shown like Kisurim, suffering through heaven, without which is brought about by heaven. Someone whose merits are more Misha Zechu Yosef Yoseos Halavenoso. The Rambam says someone whose merits are greater than his sins is called a tzaddik. Misha Avenis and Shavenoisov Yoseos Al Zechu Yosef is someone whose sins are more numerous than his merits is called a Rasha. Merza al Merza, if they're even Beinani. Now this is found in Rosh Hashanah 16b. Amar Rav Chus Pedoi. Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Pedoi said the name of Rabbi Yochanan. 3 svarim are opened on Rosh Hashanah. One is of sinners, one is tzaddikim, and one is of Beinanim. We'll turn the page. So too, the V'chein HaMedina, the Rambam writes, every nation is judged. If the merits of all of its inhabitants, same is greater than their sins, it's called a Medina, and the feminine is Tzadikis, a Medina of Tzadikim. Im Hoyam Yisayim, if the sins were greater, Meubim Harezu Rishor, then it's an evil country. And the third category is the entire world. So we look at the individual, the nation, we find the world, and we'll discuss more of this at length. It would seem that there are times when the entire country is judged as a unit, and from Rashi, when it says Anshe Hamedino, the Rashi says it seems the people of the Medina, or they have more majority of sins or of merits. Thus, the difference is whether you would take the sum total of the actions of merits and the actions of Averis of everyone and place them together and see which is the majority, or do you take each individual and judge them to be a righteous or a wicked, and then afterwards you put them all together and you see which is the majority, those who are righteous or those who are wicked. And we'll stop here for Halacha Aleph. Next year we'll see on Halacha Beis.